Shemoth, Exodus chapter 15. Then Moshe and the children of Yisrael sang this song to Yahweh and spoke, saying, I sing to Yahweh, for he is highly exalted. The horse and its rider he has thrown into the sea. Yah is my strength and song, and he has become my deliverance. He is my El, and I praise him. Elohim of my father, and I exalt him. Yahweh is a man of battle. Yahweh is his name. He has cast Pharaoh's chariots and his army into the sea, and his chosen officers are drowned in the sea of reeds. The depths covered them, they went down to the bottom like a stone. Your right hand, O Yahweh, has become great in power. Your right hand, O Yahweh, has crushed the enemy. And in the greatness of your excellence, you pulled down those who rose up against you. You sent forth your wrath, it consumed them like stubble. And with the winds of your nostrils, the waters were heaped up. The floods stood like a wall. The depths became stiff in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I pursue, I overtake, I divide the spoil. My being is satisfied on them. I draw out my sword, my hand destroys them. You blew with your wind, the sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you, O Yahweh, among the mighty ones? Who is like you, great in Kodeshah, awesome in praises, working wonders? You stretched out your right hand, the earth swallowed them. In your kindness you led the people whom you have redeemed. In your strength you guided them to your Kodesh dwelling. Peoples heard, they trembled. Anguish gripped the inhabitants of Pelesheth. Then the chiefs of Edom were troubled. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, gripped them. All the inhabitants of Canaan melted. Fear and dread fell on them. By the greatness of your arm, they are silent as a stone. Until your people pass over, O Yahweh, until the people whom you have bought pass over. You bring them in and plant them in the mountain of your inheritance, in the place, O Yahweh, which you have made for your own dwelling, the Mikdash, O Yahweh, which your hands have prepared. Yahweh reigns forever and ever. For the horses of Pharaoh went with his chariots and his horsemen into the sea, and Yahweh brought back the waters of the sea upon them, and the children of Israel went on dry ground in the midst of the sea. And Miriam the Neviah, the sister of Aaron, took the timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Miriam answered them, Sing to Yahweh, for he is highly exalted. The horse and its rider he has thrown into the sea. And Moshe brought Yisrael from the sea of reeds, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. And they came to Marah, and they were unable to drink the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. So the name of it was called Marah. And the people grumbled against Moshe, saying, What are we to drink? Then he cried out to Yahweh, and Yahweh showed him a tree. And when he threw it into the waters were made sweet. There he made a law and a right ruling for them, and there he tried them. And he said, If you diligently obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, and do what is right in his eyes, and shall listen to his commands, and shall guard all his laws. I shall bring on you none of the diseases I brought on the Mitzrites, for I am Yahweh who heals you. And they came to Elim, where there were 12 fountains of water and 70 palm trees, and they camped there by the waters. Shemoth, Exodus chapter 16. And they departed from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after going out of the land of Mitzrayim. And all the congregation of the children of Israel grumbled against Moshe and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said to them, if only we had died by the hand of Yahuah in the land of Mitzrayim, when we sat by the pots of meat and we ate bread to satisfaction. For you have brought us out into this wilderness to put all this assembly to death with hunger. And Yahuah said to Moshe, see, I am raining bread from the Shamayim for you, and the people shall go out and gather a day's portion every day, in order to try them whether they walk in my Torah or not. And it shall be on the 6th day that they shall prepare what they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moshe and Aaron said to all the children of Israel, at evening you shall know that Yahuah has brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim. And in the morning you shall see the esteem of Yahuah, for he hears your grumblings against Yahuah. And what are we that you grumble against us? And Moshe said, and that Yahuah gives you meat to eat in the evening, and in the morning bread to satisfaction, for Yahuah hears your grumblings which you make against him. And what are we? Your grumblings are not against us, but against Yahuah. And Moshe said to Aaron, say to all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before Yahuah, for he has heard your grumblings. And it came to be, as Aaron spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and see, the esteem of Yahuah appeared in the cloud. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, I have heard the grumblings of the children of Israel. Speak to them, saying, between the evenings you are to eat meat, and in the morning you are to be satisfied with bread. And you shall know that I am Yahuah, your Elohim. And it came to be that quails came up at evening and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay all around the camp. And the layer of dew went up, and see, on the surface of the wilderness was a small round substance, as fine as frost on the ground. And the children of Israel saw, and they said to each other, what is it? For they did not know what it was. And Moshe said to them, it is the bread which Yahuah has given you to eat. This is the word which Yahuah has commanded. Let every man gather it according to each one's need, an omer for each bean according to the number of beans. Let every man take for those who are in his tent. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered, some more, some less, and they measured it by omers. And he who gathered much did not have too much, and he who gathered little did not have too little. Each one gathered according to his need. And Moshe said, let no one leave any of it until morning. And they did not listen to Moshe, so some of them left part of it until morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moshe was wroth with them, and they gathered it every morning, each one according to his need. And when the sun became hot, it melted. And it came to be on the 6th day that they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers, for each one. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moshe. And he said to them, this is what Yahuah has said. Tomorrow is a rest, a Shabbat, Kodesh to Yahuah. That which you bake, bake, and that which you cook, cook, and lay up for yourselves all that is left over to keep it until morning. And they laid it up until morning, as Moshe commanded, and it did not stink, and no worm was in it. And Moshe said, Eat it today, for today is a Shabbat to Yahuah. Today you do not find it in the field. Gather it 6 days, but on the 7th day, which is the Shabbat, there is none. And it came to be that some of the people went out on the 7th day to gather, but they found none. And Yahuah said to Moshe, how long shall you refuse to guard my commands and my Torah? See, because Yahuah has given you the Shabbat, therefore he is giving you bread for 2 days on the 6th day. Let each one stay in his place. Do not let anyone go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day, and the house of Yisrael called its name Manna. And it was like white coriander seed, and the taste of it was like thin cakes made with honey. And Moshe said, this is the word which Yahuah has commanded. Fill an omer with it to keep for your generations, so that they see the bread with which I fed you in the wilderness when I brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim. And Moshe said to Aaron, take a pot and put an omer of manna in it, and put it down before Yahuah to keep it for generations. And Yahuah commanded Moshe, so Aaron put it down before the witness to keep. And the children of Israel ate manna 40 years until they came to an inhabited land. They ate manna until they came to the border of the land of Canaan. An omer is 1/10 of an ephah.